The biggest duck in UFC history?
Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight.
Wait a minute.
Jon Jones wants to have a 6-month timeline to fight Tom Aspinall.
Jon Jones wants 6 months. He wants 6 months to prepare for Aspinall.
Really? Now, I'm wondering if that is a carefully constructed master plan or just a shameful example of the biggest ducking in UFC history.
I'm chasing it up. I want the fight. I've been on record and said that I want the fight.
Today, Jones is being branded a duck by fans for his stance on not unifying his belt with the interim title.
I'm a duck. Call me a duck. Call me a chicken. Call me a goat.
Jones, after winning the title 2 years ago, only came back to have a legacy fight, and many supported this as a strategic move for his legacy. But how about a legit contender, Jon? Can we see you with a contender that has a good chance of getting you in a fair fight? If it happens, it has the potential to be the biggest fight in the division for as long as I can remember. But again, this has a big if attached to it. It seems like he's conning the public with these strategic moves and turning the fans away. This might be a very polarizing take, and we're about to start hot and present a case that wonders, is Jon Jones the biggest duck in UFC history? Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about
The one, the only, Johnny Bongo!
Pardon my French, but this is some move. Regarded as the greatest of all time, but all we know is he's been ducking a legit challenger in Tom Aspinall. One who won the title in his absence and is waiting for a title unification bout. Forget Aspinall for a moment. Jon has a history of dodging potential threats that could jeopardize his status at the top of the UFC. Remember the year 2020. Jones had just had a contentious fight with Dom Reyes. He was on his third reign as the 205 champ. There were talks of him fighting Francis Ngannou.
Nobody on the planet Earth wants to fight Francis Ngannou right now.
Surprisingly, Dana was up for this unique idea. Ngannou wanted a big scalp like that on his name. Dana was backing him on this one.
Jon came out, tweeted, said, "Show me the money."
What's show me the money mean? I tell you guys this all the time. If you can say you want to fight somebody, but do you really want to?
Oh, how strange the world is and how quickly things can change. Indeed, listen to what Dana had to say.
If I'm Jon Jones and I'm home watching this fight, I start moving to 85. Call Hunter right now. We can make that fight tonight, Jon. Call Hunter right now.
And guys, tell me, what is the easiest way to decline something? Yeah, that's putting up a quote so high that even the promoter backs out.
And seeing tweets from Jon Jones saying I'm lying. We have text messages from Jon Jones. It's not like I can't prove what I'm saying is true.
But when Jon Jones says, "Show me the money," same as anyone else when they say it, they mean, I don't want to fight now.
And you might guess why Jones did that. He'd been fighting on similar paychecks before all this was happening.
And if you're Jon Jones, you're like, why on earth does Francis Ngannou exist right now?
Two of the baddest men on the planet, no need to sell that fight. It would have been a blockbuster, but nothing ever came of it. Today, Le Predator is at the PFL, so there are more chances of Dana getting into the octagon with Jones than Ngannou. But we all know the story didn't end there. Once Ngannou left the UFC, Jones made his intentions clear to return to be the heavyweight champ. He did become the champion while Ngannou was nowhere in the picture. Looking back, Jon Jones absolutely ducked the Predator. Let's not pretend this was a one-off situation. We're having deja vu with Tom Aspinall today. For the last 2 years, fans have been on the edge of their seats, waiting for Bones to step up and put his chin on the line and face Aspinall. Tom has been potentially the toughest competitor to Jones and his crown ever since DC got bullied for the second time. But here we are, still waiting for that thing to happen. And while we've all been sitting here twiddling our thumbs, the fight world has been polarized about one thing: Jon Jones and his stance on taking any route necessary to dodge fighting Aspinall. And let's not forget the whole UFC 151 saga. After challenger Dan Henderson got injured, Chael Sonnen stepped up, and surprisingly the champ declined. Dana White got pissed, and the whole event was cancelled. Guess who got blamed? Yes, the champ, Jon Jones. Jones had his reasons. He was training for Hendo, who got injured, and Uncle Chael was the chosen replacement by the UFC. Sonnen is an opponent that is entirely different from Hendo, that too on short notice. Jones would have had to maneuver his whole fight camp from fighting a short, stocky wrestler with an H-bomb to a southpaw who also has great wrestling in Chael. Ultimately, they both fought in Jones's next fight. With a detailed game plan, it took Jones just under a round to finish the American Gangster. Then we have Alexander Gustafsson. After the first match ended in a controversial decision win for Jones, Jon made it clear he would not be giving Alex a rematch. Many of you may be saying, but they did rematch. That's true, but not until 5 years later. And let's not discuss the case of Dominic Reyes at all, or it may hurt many of us. So with all this in mind, where do we go from here? We all know Jon Jones is a beast, the guy's a legend, but let's take a step back and break it down. Because it's time to have an honest conversation about Jones's career and the impact he's had or hasn't had on the UFC heavyweight division. And while some may ponder this, we're still waiting for Jones to agree to a fight. Why isn't Jon looking to unify his title with the interim champ Tom Aspinall? Why? Because Aspinall is the real deal. He's not a contender who's just been around. He's the guy who deserves the shot, but somehow we're in this weird limbo where Jon Jones is acting like he doesn't know who Tom is. Instead of calling out Aspinall, Jones is out here talking about possible matchups with guys like Alex Pereira and other fighters that suit him stylistically a lot better. Like, come on, we all know Pereira's a fun fight. But is it really the challenge that's going to cement Jon's legacy? That's absolutely ridiculous. Many consider this lad from Manchester the perfect kryptonite for Jones. He's cleared out almost every single contender in the division before winning the interim title in November 2023 and has been itching to fight the champ. Since his debut, the 31-year-old has had a 100% finish rate in the UFC. He's dangerous with legit one-punch knockout power and smooth as butter technique for days. It's not just about his power. Aspinall moves like a middleweight with unmatched quickness, agility, and unpredictability for someone his size. Combine that with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a rarity in the heavyweight division, where striking often dominates. This makes him a double threat. Jones has always had a grappling advantage in his fights, but we all know Aspinall is an expert-level grappler too. So apparently there's no department where Jones has got the edge unless you see eye-poking as a legit part of the game. My apologies to the GOAT. This begs the question, could he be the one to dethrone Jon Jones, the reigning heavyweight champion? That's a good question, but you know, this is MMA, baby. You can't predict anything. And all of us are waiting to hear The Champ Is Here, the famed entrance song for Bones. But let it be known that anyone other than the Briton on the opposite side is a big scam and surely will not go down well with the hardcore as well as the casual fans. Jones has been a crowd favorite even after all the misdemeanors he has had in the past, and he still enjoys the backing of the majority owing to his status as the GOAT. But Aspinall has endeared himself to the masses not only with his skills, but also with his pleasing personality. The Brit doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon. Since Jones became champ, Tom went on to defend an interim title. Tell me, when have you seen that? An interim title being defended, even the Notorious wasn't afforded such a luxury when he went out to claim the riches of boxing in 2017. But being the GOAT gives you certain perks, and this probably comes with that. It's not that Jon is scared or anything else, but Jones is so protective of his legacy that he doesn't want to go anywhere that may jeopardize this even in the slightest. The dude's a genius in the cage, but let's be real, when it comes to fighting the most dangerous opponents, he has a history of picking and choosing. Now let's talk about how this is holding up the entire UFC heavyweight division. Jon Jones holding on to that title is literally stopping the whole show. While other fighters are out here grinding, trying to make a name for themselves, Jones is playing this waiting game. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall is ready to unify the belts and prove he's the king of the division. The fans are tired of waiting, and honestly, so are we. This isn't just about a fight, it's about the division moving forward. The UFC is at a crossroads right now. If Jones keeps delaying, he's not just damaging his legacy, he's damaging the future of the heavyweight division. Tom wants that smoke, he's been vocal, and he's not shying away from a challenge. It's come to a point where he doesn't miss any opportunity to highlight this or poke fun at Jones like this. He knows that this is the fight that defines his career. You can see it in his eyes. He wants Jon Jones. So let's be clear here. If Jon Jones is somehow scared of Aspinall, we might just be witnessing the biggest duck in UFC history. Jon is dodging the challenge that's right in front of him, and he knows it. A man who will arguably go down as the GOAT, yet he's avoiding one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. It's time for Jones to step up. No more excuses, no more running from real challenges. If you want to prove you're the GOAT, then fight the real threats, and that means Tom Aspinall. If he's afraid of losing his crown, then maybe it's time for the GOAT to relinquish the title, which will not be a new thing for him. So here is the bottom line. If Jon Jones keeps ducking Tom Aspinall, it's not just about him playing games with the UFC's belt. It's about Jones denying the fans, denying the sport, and denying the future of the heavyweight division. He's holding up the entire show, and for what? To fight safer, easier matchups?
Boo this man!
So what do you guys think? Am I out of my mind, or is Jon Jones really ducking Tom Aspinall? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the hottest takes on the UFC. And we will catch you next time.